Hey guys, Christopher here.
Hey guys, Noah here.
I'd love to tell you what the topic is tonight, but we don't
Fun
really have
news,
one.
we don't have one. and this is actually for kind of a reason. It wasn't like we just like were being lazy and didn't come up with a topic to talk about this week. It was really just because you texted me asking like, hey, what should we talk about this week? And I kind of just had this like idea that we've been week after week, we've either been talking about some sort of big controversial topic about going down some big road, or we've been kind of, now that we have two different film series out right now, we've kind of like backtracked and reviewed those a little bit and stuff like that. But we've never really had one where we kind of just sit here and talk about some things that is on our minds right now. We just kind of have fun, laugh, and joke for a little bit. And I think that's something that I kind of want to start doing a little bit more. So this might be a little bit of a trial run. We'll see how it goes. And, I want to see how people respond to it. I think that's something that you can never get stagnant. You can never stop thinking of ways to improve what you're doing. And that's something that we want to do here. We want to see what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And, this is just something that's going to be a little bit different. So I'm excited to see where it goes, but it might be a complete train wreck today. Who knows?
I think everybody deserves an opportunity to really get to know our shining personalities. I'm not even sure which one of me it was that said that.
It's either gonna do one of two things. Either we're gonna get more followers because of it, or we're gonna have some of our current followers end up in the mental institution. I feel like that's the only way it can go.
Or we'll get new followers already from we're already in the mental institution. I
Already
don't know.
institution. Hey, I don't care if you're crazy or not, as long as you like my stuff. I don't really care.
Like it, share it, subscribe, leave comments, all of it. You can be as crazy as you want.
That's like that thing I shared to you on Facebook where it was that clip of the guys from The Hangover, and they're just sitting there and like it's like my spirit guide like looking down at me. He's like, is he all right? He's like, is he like all mentally there? And I was like sitting there and I was like scrolling through the Facebook reels and I was like, oh my god, that's me right now. That's so me.
She
Oh,
definitely does have her hands full.
that's an understatement.
I
I do
still
want
think
to.
one day we should see if mine is willing to channel.
I think he would be
I think he
based off
would
of like
too.
based off of things that I've seen with him. I think he would.
It could
I
be
s-
greatly entertaining.
yeah, I still really want to see if he'll come through and Estes method sometime this weekend when we go on our next big adventure. I feel like I don't know when this would come up or how this would happen, but I feel like at some point we need to like put aside some time to like ask him real quick. Would you be willing to do an Estes method with us real quick?
Yeah, we'll just grab his usual board and have
Yeah.
start a session and ask him.
What's the worst that can happen?
He'd call us both a bitch. Say no.
Well, I don't know about you, but for me at this point, I'm pretty used to it, so it really wouldn't phase me. It'd just be another day at the office.
I mean, at least so far, your spirit guide's never called you a bitch. I mean, as far as I know, mine hasn't either.
I might be looking for a new spirit guide if she does. I'm taking applications.
Oh, I can only imagine. Next, you'll end up with Ed as your spirit guide.
Oh my god, that'd be the worst thing. Oh my god. That would be the absolute worst thing that could happen to me. I might actually just die at that moment. I just wither and die.
We just see your soul leave, go right through.
I'll be my own spirit guide.
I
It's
wonder
like,
how that works. Is that a possibility? Could like a past life version of yourself be your current life spirit guide? Oh,
ooh, ooh. I
Now
mean,
I'm thinking about what it would be like if Zeke was my spirit guide. Oh God, that would be awful.
well, if you think about it too, like with the way that like energy's not created or destroyed, it just always is, right? In the way that like energy kind of like it doesn't necessarily always stay intact. It kind of it might split, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel like it very well could be a possibility that like one piece of your former spirit is somewhere else while this part of your spirit is there. That's a very that's a very out there theory, but I mean, I feel like it's possible. So that'd be a weird one. Can you imagine that you're just sitting there and you got a spirit guide and you're like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "I'm you." You're like, "What the hell?"
The two past life versions of myself that I'm most connected to, if I had to pick one or the other for a spirit guide, it would definitely be Keena's for sure, because
Oh yeah,
Zeke would lead me off a cliff.
I'm still waiting to hear what my name is on in that lifetime. You know, because I know you've got a badass name with Keenos, and then I'm like, oh man, what's my like cool ass warrior name from that time? Then I feel like it'll probably be something stupid like Fred, and I'll be like, oh fuck, like why Fred? Like really?
When I found out, not found out, when I remembered that name, when I was told that name, I was standing in the middle of the woods at ISS,
Oh wow,
in the middle of the woods where the sanitarium covered bridge used to be. They moved the whole bridge, but if you go down through the woods, you can see where it was right by the river. I was standing there,
that's so
and
cool.
it was so cool. Like everything around me lit up. I mean, there were wolves. It was fucking amazing. So
That's
maybe
cool.
when we're out at Billy Creek next month,
I don't
maybe
think
we can.
that's I don't think that's where. I really don't. And I'm going to tell you where I think it's going to be, and I have a really strong feeling about this. I think it's going to be Hinsdale.
Oh, maybe
I think I have a very strong feeling that it's going to be Hinsdale. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I think it's going to be Hinsdale.
that
Some
could be.
something's just pointing me to Hinsdale being that for me. I don't know.
Those woods there are like nothing else. It's so special that, oh, just wait.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm just so ecstatic about it.
I'm really
Just
looking
like
forward. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm really looking forward to an actual opportunity to investigate the house this time. Hopefully, I'll stay
Oh,
awake because last time we'd go investigate one room and I'd fall asleep, and they'd wake me up when they were done, and I'd follow them to another room and I'd fall asleep. And they'd wake me up when they were done. I mean, I fell asleep upstairs in the bedroom. I fell asleep in the fucking basement of the Hinsdale house.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It's like a barely finished earthen basement, and here I am, sound asleep.
With the amount that like you travel though, I mean, yeah, you're always and see that's the thing that like when it comes to the traveling, you're a lot more experienced than I am at this point. So I'm not quite used to it yet. So my body is still kind of like catching up to that. Like I feel like I'm always tired now from all the amount of traveling that we do together. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I mean, it's fucking awesome, but at the same time, it's like part of me is like, oh my god, I need sleep. But it's been great. I can't wait to see where it goes. It's been just so awesome.
There's not going to be a lot of sleep this weekend, that's for sure.
No, no, got too much to do. I
I
mean,
know. By the time we get to Crescent on Monday, I'll be hallucinating.
can
It'll be like the first time I drove to Crescent. I was hallucinating before I even got there.
you actually tell the difference between hallucinating, or is it just like you might be seeing a ghost at that point? Like, is there really a distinguishing like I
That's a
know that's
fair
real, or
question.
like I
My
know
first
that's real,
my
or I
first
don't
time
know?
going there, I was absolutely hallucinating. I left Lancaster after midnight after doing readings, and what was supposed to take like 4 hours to get there took me almost 6 because it was
Oh,
pouring rain after midnight, deer everywhere,
dude.
got lost in Pittsburgh. It was horrible. By the
Oh.
time I got there, I was like on top of my steering wheel, and every now and then I'd reach over and grab an entire piece of pizza and stuff it in my mouth just to keep myself awake. I was hallucinating. It was awful. The pizza was
Oh my
starting to talk
god.
to me.
That's how I feel every time I see Raising Cane's. It's almost like it talks to me to come and eat there. It's amazing how it works, and it's almost like what are those sirens? That's what they're called. Yeah, those mythical females that would just be out on the rocks and they'd call out to the sailors and they'd sing and then they just like they'd be entranced and they just swim out there to their death. It's like that's like me and Canes, but instead of death, it's just absolute happiness and joy. Or maybe I actually did die and that's just my heaven.
I, I'm picturing for myself what the three sirens would look like. There might be one that looks more like the traditional siren, and then there'd be like a chicken representing the chicken from Cane's, and then there'd just be a beaver representing Bucky.
No, for me, I went for the the Chick-fil-A cow that always says "Eat more chicken." That's the third one.
I was once told that my fear of bats stems from chickens.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I
Why?
I was at an event last year, I think, and somebody said something about bats. And I was like, "Oh, I hate bats. I'm absolutely terrified of them." And someone who'd been there doing readings asked to see my hand. She like picked up my hand and looked at it to read my palm, and she like threw my hand down on the table. I'm like, fuck. I mean, she threw it down. It hurt. And I said, what? She's like, you're afraid of bats because they used to torment you with chickens. And I was like, my first question, I tried. My first question was, in this lifetime? And she said, yes, you were 5 years old. They would hold you down and they would put chickens in your face until you'd scream. And that's why you're afraid of bats.
What?
This never happened. I've never even lived somewhere where they might have access to chickens
I
that
feel like,
easily.
yeah, I feel like you would have remembered
And
something.
to be very honest, I can even at 5 years old, I would think chickens make me laugh. I think they're hilarious. Like watching chickens in their natural state just cracks me up. If someone held me down and put chickens in my face, I'd be laughing hysterically.
I don't have anybody that like held me down with chickens, but I did have this one experience. I had this one experience where I was at my cousin's house when I was like a lot younger, and I was young enough. I don't remember how old I was quite, but like I know I was young enough that I was still being babysat, and I remember that I was there with my cousins, and they had a pet raccoon. Okay, they had a pet raccoon, and they also had one of those. They had a trampoline, but specifically they had the net that like would go around the trampoline, so you could like enclose it, right? Well, I didn't know at first that they had a pet raccoon, So they put me in this trampoline, and then they tossed the fucking raccoon in the trampoline with me, and they closed the thing. So I'm sitting there freaking out about this freaking raccoon because like I didn't know it was a pet. I just thought it was a freaking wild rabid raccoon that was chasing after me. And I don't even remember specifically what happened because it was just bad. I just remember at one point I grabbed the raccoon and I just chuck it outside of the trampoline. It was fine. It wasn't hurt. But I was just so scared as a kid that I just grabbed and chucked it, and then I like basically bolted right out of the trampoline. It was hilarious. It wasn't hilarious at the time, but now I find it funny.
I mean, it is funny now.
But you just that story about being held down with chickens, it just kind of sparked that memory I had. It was like Vietnam flashbacks. I was like, oh.
Do you have any sort of reaction today when you see a raccoon? I mean, does it
No, no,
inspire
not really.
something?
No, not really. Like, and that's why I'm like, I don't know why. I just think it was that specific story is what brought that memory up. Because no, I don't really have any fear of raccoons, but it just, yeah, I just thought that was funny.
It wasn't that long ago that I witnessed one in the attic at FCI clinging to the wall, just hanging there on the wall, which the wall is more like stone or brick. So I'm not
Oh,
entirely certain how that worked.
yeah, I mean, they're pretty. They can pretty much latch on to just about anything. They're pretty sneaky.
That was the same place I went to throw something in the dumpster and opened the lid, and this face was just staring up at me. So
Oh.
I left the lid open. I'm like, you got in, you can get out. Whatever. You do you.
It's like there was this one time where we were camping. It was like me, my dad, my brother, my granddad, couple of my cousins and stuff like that. We were doing one of those like weekend fishing trips where we were camping out. And the camping spot that we had, for some reason, they were like the raccoons were terrible. And we were dumb in the sense of we left food out on the table, which never do if you don't want raccoons to show up. But they did, and they like we were sitting around a fire that was about maybe 20, 30 feet away from the table or whatever, and all of a sudden I hear like something munching. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I shine my flashlight over to the table, and it's like a family of raccoons sitting on the thing, and I'm like, hey, get the fuck out of here, like that's my food. And then eventually I was like, I wonder how close I could get him to come to me. And like so then we started placing food, like try to get them to come as close to the fire pit as possible. They came pretty close. They came within like 5 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was and these were wild raccoons, so they might have had rabies. They might not have. I don't know, but it was still
Probably.
fun.
I'm picturing the whole raccoon thing from the great outdoors. That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that actually. To be honest with
And
you.
the whole scene in that movie with the bat is so relatable to me. When they've got the
Oh
trash
my
can on their
god.
head, it's no different than me and my beekeeper hat.
Oh my god. I actually forgot about that scene until you just mentioned that. I love that movie. That movie. I think the best part of that movie is when they're at the restaurant and they bring out the old 96er.
You know,
And then he gets through the whole basically the whole steak, and he's just got that little bit of like gristle and fat left. And they're like, okay, he's done. And the cook's like, no, you got that left. And he's like, that's all fat. And he's just sitting there like holding on to his like shirt, like just.
I have an experience to put that whole scene in perspective. So years ago, my grandfather had taken his whole immediate family out for a birthday dinner, and my ex at the time could not come. So I ordered the 48-ounce steak for two, which came with two salads and two potatoes.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
48 ounces. It's half of the 96er. Next thing you
Right.
know, I'm sitting there with an empty plate. I ate that entire 48-ounce steak. It was so
What?
good I couldn't stop.
Oh my god.
I felt like I was dying after just that
I
48-ounce steak, and I couldn't stop. So that puts in perspective what 96 ounces of steak would be like.
oh my god.
And then
I
I couldn't just bring home a salad and the potatoes, so I ate the other salad and potato too.
oh my god. That's freaking hilarious.
I can
You know,
only
it's funny,
imagine
like,
how pissed my ex would have been. I walk in the door with the salad and the potato. Here you go. Here's dinner.
right.
We would have been exes sooner than we were. Hmm. Now I'm thinking about that. That might have been a good plan.
You know what else? Remember that time that we like shut down the endless appetizers at Buffalo Wild Wings?
One of my proudest moments.
So, kind of give some backstory on that a little bit so people understand what we're talking about. Um, this is when you came because we don't live like right next to each other. We only live like 2 hours away from each other, but we don't live like right next to each other. So like whenever we like see each other, it's more of like on the weekends when we go out places or we plan things. And this was the weekend that you came down here where I live so we could go out to Egypt Valley and stuff like that. And we were gonna was that Egypt? No, that was Ross. I'm sorry. That wasn't even Egypt
Ross.
Valley. It was Ross. Yeah, my bad. You came in so we could do the Ross episodes, and we went to B Dubs at Buffalo Wild Wings. For those who don't know who B Dubs are, but they were running a promotion. They might still be right now. I don't know. They might
I
still
doubt
be. I
it.
don't know. I doubt it after what we did. Um, but we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because we was like, oh, they got that promotion where it's like $10 for up to 4 people, endless appetizers, and it was like the ones that I couldn't live without. It was like the hatch queso, fried pickles, mozzarella
The
sticks. There was
pickles.
the fried pickles. Um, so we had to, and I was like, it's only $10, and for 4 people, like I don't think they realized how bad of an idea that really was. Because what we did was, so we go in and we tell them, I'd like the endless appetizers. They're like, okay, what would you like? So we started out with the hatch queso and the fried pickles, of course. So then we order our meal, so like we all got our wings and everything. However, we were determined to get our money's worth out of these appetizers. So we all looked at each other and we all decided we're going to just sit here and not eat any of our wings. We're just going to let them sit there. We'll take them home. I don't care about them. I'm just going to sit here and keep ordering appetizers until I can't eat no more. We ate so many appetizers that the waitress literally stopped coming to our table. We had to flag her down just so we could pay our checks. It was terrible. But I was like, of course I'm gonna get my money's worth of it. Like, what do you expect? Like,
I'm
like it was
certain our
$10.
faces are there, the big circle and slash.
I can say I've been to the beat up since then, and I was a little disappointed that that wasn't up there. So I feel like we didn't quite accomplish our mission. So I feel like it's just gonna have to be done again.
I'm
But this
willing to try again.
And it was just so funny because she literally she stopped making eye contact with us. She just bolted. Every time she get close to our table, she just bolt. And I'm like, please, at this point I'm actually full. I just want to pay my check and leave. We had to flag her down just to pay her check.
But then it got worse when we were talking about they end the promotion because of us, and then it somehow comes through during an Estes session. like, who are you? B Dubs, endless apps.
It's like he just comes through. You're under the headset and you're like, you killed me. And I'm just like, who are you? B-dubs, endless apps. They're like, what do you want? Revenge.
Oh, it was one of my proudest moments. I
it
have
was
no
great.
regrets.
It was great. Oh my god. That is it. That is a crooked path paranormal moment that will go down in history.
This needs to be a t-shirt.
What would the t-shirt say? Like, I beat up's endless apps, or we'd have to come up with something catchy for that one.
Can you imagine if Canes ever did an all-you-can-eat anything?
Oh, dude, I'm down. I don't care. I don't care what time of the year it is. I don't care where it's at. I don't care if it's in Romania. Like we're going.
I'd end up
I
in
don't
the
even.
hospital. I'd eat so much.
They would hospitalize me. Actually, at that point, I'd probably eat so much that they'd think I was like some immortal god. But really, I'm just fat.
They take you to the hospital. They go to draw blood, and nothing comes out but cane sauce.
It's just cane sauce. The doctor's just bewildered. He's like, "What is going on right now?" And then it's like somehow my spirit actually gets replaced with the god of Raising Canes. You know how like some religions, like they think there's like a god for like everything. Like there's a moon god, there's, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
so Raising Canes has their own specific god. And I ate so much that my spirit was literally pushed out of my body, and he now is in my body.
And I'll end up with the spirit of Bucky.
They're just throwing beaver nuggets at people.
Oh my God. Saturday was so ridiculous. For those that don't know, Saturday I got to go to Bucky's not once, but twice. It was glorious.
Oh, you got to go twice?
Yes, we went once on the way there and once on the way home. Ernie and Denise told me that if I was a good boy and behaved myself in the car, we'd stop twice. The first time is when I was skipping through the store with my basket, skipping through the store and went to go take my selfie with the mascot. And the girl with them was like, "Do you want me to take it?" And I was like, "No," because I was like pressed up against the beaver. Like, I'm good. I was just so happy. And then,
No, he's mine.
Ernie and Denise asked me how many children I knocked over to be able to go take that picture.
Hey, they probably don't even know like the significance of Bucky's. You deserve that photo.
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah. They don't even know what Bucky's is really.
Right. I don't know if I was more excited about the new Halloween witch Bucky that I bought or beaver beaver nugget scented candle.
There's a beaver nugget scented candle.
Yes, I have one
All right.
now.
I feel like this is going to be an easier question. What doesn't Bucky sell?
Oh, they have everything.
It's
They have
like when you
everything.
go to a store and you're like, "What do you sell?" And Bucky's is just like, it'd be a shorter list for me to tell you what I don't sell. Can you imagine if like we ever saw like a Bucky's and a Cane's that had merged?
I would relocate to be near that. I would move wherever.
I don't honestly at that point. I don't even think I'd care if I was like homeless, just living in a tent outside of it,
Right.
and I just sit there and like I have my sign like, like will whatever for money or whatever, because then I would take that money and go directly to Cane's
Right.
every day.
That'd be like the promised land right there.
There is a God and he loves me.
Well, when we went to Bucky's the second time, I was dead asleep in the car because we just got done at the Bell Witch Cave. And as we drove past the sign on the freeway, I woke up with this big sigh just as we drove past the sign. I sensed it. I felt it in my bones that we were passing Bucky's. I was going to make sure we didn't go by without stopping.
You gotta enjoy the little things.
And then there's a picture of me asleep in the car again with my Bucky's neck pillow, holding on to my new Bucky witch. Someone said I looked like a kid tired out after a day at the carnival.
I feel that. I feel that. Oh, dude, that's like, so last week was the Belmont County Fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, excuse me while I die. Last week was the Belmont County Fair, and I only ended up getting to go out one day to get to eat fair food, because like literally halfway through the week is when I got froze over into work and had to work a 16-hour shift. So then I had to spend the next day like absolutely recovering for that. So then I was finally able to go to the fair, and I had one thing that I wanted above all else. I wanted a deep fried Twinkie. And do you want to take a fucking guess on what nobody had?
Oh.
Deep fried Twinkies. Like, There was one stand. There was one stand that had them. And I get up and I'm like, I found it. We're good. Like I'm like, thank God, my deep fried Twinkies in there. Have you ever seen Zombieland?
Yes.
You know, whenever he's like that whole fucking movie looking for his Twinkie, that
Yes.
was me. That was me searching for this goddamn deep fried Twinkie. I had finally found it, and I get up to the thing, and I'm like so happy. I'm like, I'd like a deep fried Twinkie, sir. And he's like, I'm all out. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me right now. You have to be shitting me.
Oh,
It was
that's awful.
it was awful.
I've never had a deep fried Twinkie.
Oh, they're amazing. They're
Now
they're amazing.
I've had deep fried Oreos, and I the way I ended up eating them kind of ruined my experience.
Okay.
I got them at Parasicon a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I took them back to my table, and of course I got busy the second I got back to my table. And I did not get to eat them until a couple hours later. So by then I
Oh.
just got cold, soggy, deep fried Oreos, and it
Yeah. No,
kind
you
of
can't.
ruined
Yeah.
me.
No. Yeah. I mean, I feel like anything like that that's deep fried. Yeah, you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it fresh. There is no
Right.
going back and eating that later.
Now, when I lived in Milwaukee, every year at the Wisconsin State Fair, I had to have my deep fried s'more.
Oh, I
That
never
was
had one
life
of those.
changing. That was like the first thing I'd get every year. I'd go, I knew right where it was.
Wow. Yeah, I never heard. I've never had one of those.
Oh, it's delicious.
All this is making me hungry now.
Right?
Now I'm just getting hungry. We might have to change the subject just so I stop thinking about food. You know what I am excited for?
What's that?
We are less than a month away from the official Halloween month of the season.
Yes.
For anybody that says, "Oh, Halloween's only one day of the," no, it's all of October. October is Halloween month. It's my
Mine kind of
favorite time of
starts
year.
September 1st.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
start I start putting up my decorations around September 15th, and they stay up until the day after Thanksgiving.
I don't really get to do Halloween decorations. It's more of my wife's fall decorations.
I
It
have
is
so
what it
many
is.
Halloween decorations, they have to stay up for 2 months because it's so much work to put them up.
I feel that. I get that.
And I consider the day after Halloween, when everything goes 50% off, that's my Black Friday. I like hit 10 different stores.
You know what I saw somebody do that was like absolutely freaking genius?
What?
So they dressed up for Halloween, like trick or treat night, right? And
Mm-mm.
then they also dressed up their dog, right? But they had the barrel, like the candy barrel, attached to their dog. Because who's gonna see a sweet dog come up to the door and deny them candy?
Right.
And obviously, the dog can't eat that candy, but I can.
That's a brilliant idea.
I know. I saw that and I was like, that's freaking genius. And then I sat there and thought about it. I've got two, twice the amount of candy.
Right? Last year, we got Zeke, puppy Zeke, like a week or two before Thanksgiving. So we didn't get to celebrate Halloween with him. This will
Ah,
be his first Halloween. We'll see if I can dress him up.
yeah, yeah. I don't
I
know.
should have I should have someone make him like a little Civil War era.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Right.
That'd be cool. You know what we should do? And I know we kind of already talked about this, but I want to do a special episode for Crooked Path Paranormal for the Halloween season where we go in costume. We do something. Now this could be a scripted one, that we talked about before. Like instead of doing like a serious video, doing this just more of like actually write a script and make a little short film based off of our costumes and stuff like that. But it'd be fun to do.
That would be fun.
So therefore, I think this is a great opportunity for people to leave comments as suggestions for what they'd like to see us dress up as. And therefore, what we dress up as is how we kind of write our possible skit for that.
I like this.
Yeah, just a little fun. Just a little fun.
I have a giant Scrabble board hanging in the closet behind me that I haven't worn yet. I was going to dress up as a giant Scrabble board one year. Well, Madison has the Scrabble board on the table in the map room. That would be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
It is kind of fun to use that Scrabble board for divination. Just throw letters down and see what comes up.
That would be cool.
I've done it. We've even gotten names that have come out of it. It's wild.
Hell yeah.
I might have to bring a Scrabble set with me from now on.
Speaking of which, like with the Halloween season, they had the Conjuring movie that just came out.
You went to see it this weekend, right?
I did go to see it. So I will refrain from any sort of spoilers. But so I want to say something because I try to go into every movie with a blank page and just kind of really focus on how I enjoy the movie or I don't enjoy the movie. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't agree with a lot of things that people online might have said about certain movies like it. And there was a lot of hate going towards this movie. And I thought it was pretty good. I will say it's not quite as scary as some of the other ones that they've come out, as far as like I don't think there were quite as many jump scares, or there really wasn't any things that quite got me as much as some of the other ones. But because it is the last movie in that series, other than maybe some more spin-offs that they make, but it is the last Conjuring movie that they're making, as far as like the Ed and Lorraine like storyline, I thought it tied up the entire series really well. And the thing that I think people have to remember when they're watching these movies is that it's not an exact like depiction of what the real Ed and Lorraine Warren did in their paranormal investigations. You know, it's a very rough draft of like, they basically took a sliver of what may have actually happened, or even some of the actual historical things that happened, and then it's Hollywood and they run with it, you know.
Right.
But for the movie series, I thought it was good. I would definitely like go and see it again. I definitely would.
I'd like to see it. I've not had a chance to yet, but I definitely want to.
So yeah, if you're somebody that's looking for a good horror movie, it's good. It's out right now. I also have to just throw out there the fact that if you're also looking for another really good film, it might be a biased opinion, maybe it's not, but this Friday, Madison Seminary Part 1 is going to be releasing on YouTube. It's done. It's hot off the press. I'm ready to upload it, and we're going to be uploading it this Friday. I'm super excited for you guys to see it. If you guys want to see a little bit of a trailer or a sneak peek to that, you can find that on our Facebook page, our TikTok page. Go check it out. I'm really excited for this one. I think I kind of tried doing something a little bit different with this one and the formula of how things are going. Not super drastic compared to what we were doing, but a little bit different. And I think it's I think it works really well. So I'm really excited to see how it does and what people think of it.
That was such a cool night. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was an unforgettable night.
That's putting it mildly.
I feel like that night was really a turning point for us in the direction everything goes.
It was. And it's very important to remember, like, if anybody's watching this and you haven't seen the OSR series, that entire series is now out. So I highly advise that people go watch it, because for you can watch the Madison series and it makes sense and it all be fine, but I think to get the full pleasure of really understanding the entire storyline of what's going on, OSR is very much the first part of this storyline. Madison is going to be the part 2, and then it's going to be finished with the Fairfield County Infirmary. Now there is an even higher storyline that this even kind of ties into, that you'll kind of see as the movie series comes out, but for this particular storyline, this OSR, Madison, and Fairfield County Infirmary are the 3 that really are the storyline. So Madison is, I feel like OSR was good. I thought it was good, really great. But Madison is where it really starts, I think, to take a turn. I think it's really was the turning point for us, and when things start to get really interesting in how they play out.
Yeah, that night was just so unexpected on so many levels.
Yeah. Right. I don't know what to say. It's kind of like one of those things. Like, again, once that series is out, we'll revisit this and we'll kind of talk more about what we can talk about it, because I don't want to give anything away right now. But I am super excited for people to experience it in the way that we did. And like I said, it is very much the turning point that got us to where we're at. And I'm super excited for people to see that. And there's just, I feel like there's so many exciting things that we've got going for us right now in the future coming up here. So
yeah, the next few weeks are going to be wild.
Yeah.
And obviously, at some point after this past weekend, we're going to have to get to the Bell Witch Cave.
Yeah.
Although I might sit at the front of the cave and cry.
Because of the massive bats.
My God, it's awful. For those that wouldn't know the context behind this, I got there early enough in the night. It was still daylight. I was willing to walk all the way to the back of the cave because I felt good that the bats wouldn't be out. Later on, I didn't make it back in the cave until around 10 o'clock. So I made it into the front of the cave, and within minutes, I saw a bat go by. And of course, I lost my shit. And I managed to sit down and calm myself and be there. And then everybody's like, all right, we're going to go to the back of the cave. I'm like, you all go, you have fun. I can't go back there. Right. Because it gets so narrow to go back there. I knew that if there was a bat back there and I went paralyzed like I do sometimes, you would never get me out of that cave. I'd still be there.
Oh, I'd get you out. I'd get you out. I don't know about them, but I'd get you out. I would straight do the fireman pose. I would get you on my shoulders and I'd just carry you out.
And
don't worry.
It's so low and narrow. You'd be like hitting my head on the cave. I'd be all bruised.
At that point, do you want out of the cave or do you want to be stuck with the bats? It's kind of like those are your options.
So one of the tour guides was trying to convince me to go back there. And the statement he made was, I've never, ever seen a bat at the back of the cave. I'm like, I don't care.
He just jinxed that whole thing.
Right. So one person that I'd been working with on something decided to stay at the front of the cave with me. And I guess I'm not going to talk about what we were working on because, I told you what we were working on, and it's obviously something we need to go and work on. So I can't put that out there. Everybody goes to the back of the cave but me and one other person. And it seemed like no time before everybody came back. And the tour guide who looked at me and said, I've never seen a bat in the back of the cave, changed his story to, that's the biggest bat I've ever seen in the cave. And it was everywhere. It was going in between everybody.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
It would have been a disaster had I gone back there.
I'm telling you, dude. You got to look into that idea of hypnosis and get rid of that fear.
I do, because it really stands in my way. I'm tired of it.
I feel like that would be a really cool experiment, especially because obviously with your expertise in that, and you know how like you've done that for people and helping them through that kind of stuff, it's kind of like, why couldn't it work for you?
Right. With my luck, I'll end up just loving them, and I'll want to chase them and pet them, and I'll end up with rabies.
I can tell you from experience, rabies ain't that bad.
From experience?
Well, I told you about my story with the raccoon.
Oh.
It might have gave me rabies.
The way you said that, I thought like there was something big that I missed. I'm like, what? I didn't know you had rabies.
I've had rabies this entire time. You've never known. It's like, yeah, you've never seen me just go rabid where I'm just sitting there like.
Well, I mean, I have, but I didn't know it was rabies. I thought it was...
What do you think it was? Cocaine?
I didn't know. I just chose to mind my own business.
I just be sitting there in the corner, just feral. You're just sitting there like, I'm gonna mind my fucking business. I didn't see shit.
I mean, there was a reference not that long ago to laying down on the floor and making goat noises.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like one of those stories that unfortunately I can't say.
It will never see the light of day, unfortunately.
I can't say it because it's where I work, and I legally can't talk about that story, but it's one of those ones that, like, if you ever catch me on the outside and I'm not being filmed and you ask me tell me about the goat man story, I will.
I was actually talking about when we brought it up in that back and forth text conversation when we were at a location. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I was talking about the thing that I had at work.
Oh, I wasn't even going there.
No, that's straight where my mind went. I was like, oh fuck. That's again like a Vietnam flashback moment for me.
No,
like,
when we were at a recent location texting each other back and forth, waiting to get on with our night. You said you were going to resort to goat noises.
Well, that's kind of what made me think of that in that moment.
Oh, I didn't make that connection.
So, yeah, so that was so what I'm talking about was the original story.
Oh, see, and I've forgotten about the original.
Yeah, what I said when we were texting was based off of that. So that's why my mind just
I thought that was just a random moment of brilliance, like what you were going to do to try to move the situation along.
No, that very much was I pulled that out of my pocket because
inspired
of something I've
by
experienced.
Real life events.
Yes. And it's one of those, I feel like I've told you that story.
I think you have, but I forgot. It just completely
I will tell you again at some point when we're not on camera, because it's freaking hilarious and it's a story that needs to be told, but I just legally can't because of work stuff.
Understood. I get it.
So if you ever run into me on the outside, anybody that's watching this and you want to know that story, just ask me about where the story about the man making goat noises comes from, and I will gladly tell you that story because it's hilarious. But
and if anybody wants to ask about the text conversation that this came into as well,
that I will also
talk about it on here, but I'll share that story with you in the wild.
That I will also explain. Yes,
in the wild. I love it.
If you ever catch me out in the wild, again, it's back to the rabies reference.
I think my favorite rabies moment ever. That's not a good way to start a story. Okay, so someone is making me a shirt that says, if ever I get rabies, you're high on my biting list. Somebody is making me that shirt. They're going to have it for me at FCI soon.
Freaking hilarious.
But I think my favorite rabies story is we've got all these brochures from when the health department was in the FCI building. And they're just randomly laying around the building. And there's one about Ohio rabies. And it used to sit on the little ledge outside of the morgue. And one day I noticed it had been moved. Someone put it in the monkey room. I was like, no. Absolutely not. We are not doing monkeys with rabies. This is not happening. So I put it back on its little ledge outside of the morgue.
Can you imagine how much worse dealing with the spirit that was in the monkey room at Fairfield County Infirmary would have been if that spirit had rabies?
I mean, maybe that's why so many people were getting scratched for a while. Maybe they were really being bitten.
Ooh. I think it's fair to say that this podcast episode has become pretty rabid. See what I did there?
I might title this, since we weren't sure what to title it, something just like "They're Feral."
We get feral, so something. I don't know.
I won't entitle it "They're Rabid." I won't go that far.
Yeah, because somebody might see that and they'd be like, "The fuck are they talking about?"
Somebody will watch it waiting for that exact moment where it happens, and they'll be disappointed because it's not there.
Well, this was a fun one, though. I'm glad we did this.
This was fun.
So I don't know. Hopefully, people enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think of it. Do you want to see us do more like this, where we're just kind of sitting around, having a good time, joking around, telling stories? Like, I don't know. This was fun. I like doing this. I think it was a nice change of pace. So that way, you know, we have different things that we'll be versatile on this show.
All right. Like I said, I think it was a good opportunity for people to get to know our personalities.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a good thing. I'm going to see a drop in followers as soon as we release this one. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
All right, guys. Well, this was so good talking to you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Let us know a few different things. Did you like the episode? Do you want to see us do it a little bit more? And again, for the Halloween season, we're thinking about, you know, just doing a pre-scripted, you know, little film, you know, just for fun. And, you know, we kind of want to do some costumes involved for the Halloween season. So let us know. Is that a good idea, bad idea? Or if it's a good idea, what kind of costume should we wear? And give us some ideas for maybe what you want to see.
Everybody will probably want me to dress as a bat.
I could be an exterminator.
That would actually be hilarious.
I'd be an exterminator. You know, there's like little like pump things that people use to like spray weeds. I just fill it with water. I just
Last year, almost a year ago, there is a video of me running down the halls of the nursing home at the Indiana State Sanatorium in a bat onesie.
Oh,
and the music in the background is "I Believe I Can Fly." Now, part of me really wants to recreate this, but in the middle of me running down the hallway, I want to do like this drop and somersault and get up and keep running again, something stupid that a bat would never do. They kind of do. That's kind of how they move.
I feel like what we need to do is we need to recreate that for you and then try to come up with something as funny for me. That's what I think we should. I think we should do something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
We'll workshop that one a little bit.
All right. I think before this goes any more off the rails, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll wrap this one up for the night. So hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Stay tuned for the movie that's coming out this Friday.
See you next week, everybody.
All right. Bye.